Last weekend, Wreaths Across America was held at Highland Cemetery. Volunteers and families joined the event to honor veterans throughout the United States.
So today we celebrate Wreaths Across America across the entire United States and the islands. It is a generous donation-only event where people volunteer their time. They donate their well-earned money to honor, remember, and teach the next generation about veterans by coming out in all the different cemeteries across the United States. In this one, obviously, Highland Cemetery is powerful for me because I grew up in Norwood, lived in Norwood, owned a business in Norwood, so this is a pretty impactful moment for me to be able to give back to the community. We had Dennis Mon, who is a Norwood firefighter. He stood in for Teddy Mulvihill for the Department of Veteran Services in the town of Norwood, who couldn't make it today. He's sick. 22 Mohawks here, so Dave Camposano and Stacy Coyne, who prevent veteran suicide, and they also connect veterans with service dogs to help get through hard days, and they also pay 100% of the training for the puppies, and they also are getting the dogs from kill shelters so that they're saving a vet and a dog at the same time, so they save two lives in one. We also had George Curtis, who represented the Norwood Historical Society, who documents all the stories and the lives of the Norwood residents and the history behind everything here. And then we also had Zach Scott, whose grandfather is a veteran, who doesn't like to speak. He comes and he's in the background, and he is very proud of his grandson. But his grandson has spoken with us for 5 years now, so we watched him grow up right in front of us here. Again, it's 100% donation. All the wreaths, you go to the website, wreathsacrossamerica.com. You donate it to either a cemetery specific, or you can just donate to the Wreaths Across America, and they distribute evenly. And then you can volunteer your time and come out, hear our stories, hear why we're here, hear some history along with it. And then we remember the fallen veterans who sacrificed their lives. We say their names out loud so that they're never forgotten. And then we place a wreath on the veterans' grave site so that they're remembered during the Christmas time. I actually accidentally fell into this. The senior vice president of Ecolab asked us to participate more in the community, to give back if we wanted to. I chose the military operations because of my background coming from Title I work with veterans. I wanted to continue with that in my new role at Ecolab. And I found it important to be in my own community instead of traveling outside of the community. What I didn't realize is when asking for it to be hosted here that would now be forever my role. I thought Wreaths Across America came out and did it. But I learned quickly that would be my new role, and what big shoes to fill. The town always backs me. I get a call from Mark Ryan every single year from the DPW asking me when we can get together so we can start planning. The vet rep comes out, he sits down with us, we map it out with the cemetery foreman. How are we going to do it? How do we get these wreaths donated? How do we get the big wreaths for the old parish and for Highland and the center of town? And then we get all the speakers lined up. That's part of my role, is to make sure that we have speakers that are meaningful and powerful, that will talk to the theme of the year that is offered by Wreaths Across America. And I find it really powerful to give back to your own community as well as other communities. They're, like I said, across the United States. But I want to give back to my community because I'm here because of the sacrifices made for us to live free. We have choices. We can vote. We can be out in the community. And one of the first years that I was here, I had Rhonda Bayless as a speaker. I spoke on her behalf. She was one of the first females that was in the front line in Desert Storm, and also one of my sorority sisters. And she she was telling a story of how she was stationed overseas and couldn't sit in the front of the house of a restaurant, couldn't be seen. You had to be driven. You couldn't drive as a female. Very powerful, impactful story to me of this is why she did what she did, is to make sure that the next generation could sit in the front of the restaurant, could not have coverings hiding themselves, could vote, could drive, could hold jobs. So to give back for all those sacrifices that give me the freedoms that I have today.